I had an expectation, and what I'm seeing is even beyond what I was expecting. Of course, I am aware that very few of you have decided to cross the line, to go to the other side. Don't worry. Don't worry. But if you know them, advise them. Nobody in this country or elsewhere has ever succeeded with betrayal. It doesn't work that way. And if you are in doubt, look at our history, even though small, from 1999 to date. All those who betrayed this group, like all other groups, like all other individuals, they have never succeeded. I don't even know one. They may succeed temporarily. Day 1, day 2, day 3, year 1, year 2. Some in this state were looking like they were succeeding for 10 years. If you ask them, where are you now? They are on the floor, flat on the ground. So I'm telling you, so that you can learn from other people's experience. Don't try and learn from their own experience. Some of the times it could be very expensive.
A few weeks ago, news broke out that the recent defection that had hit many states across the country will soon be hitting Kano State, one of the states in the northwest. Kano State is one state that is very peculiar in Nigeria political history. This is one state that have almost been ruled by all the political parties in the country, at least the major ones. The PDP have had a share, the APP, the AMPP, the APC, the NNPP have their share of the Kano State Government House at one material point in time and even currently. Today, we try to discuss this defection and amidst what many analysts have come out to say is an oncoming political battle between a godfather and a godson. Where what is going on in Kano be like the case of Rivers State or any other state, we'll find out in this discussion. My dear friend, it is said that the governor of Kano State, His Excellency Yusuf Abba, is on his way to the APC. Like we've seen across, or like we've seen in some states. Today he met with the president, and this day newspaper told us yesterday that one of the things that is delaying his defection is the talk about automatic tickets. What do you think?
Well, thank you again for this wonderful opportunity. The talk in Kano State is something very peculiar. It is almost like a history repeating itself again. But I'd like to give a context to the events brewing in Kano. Before now, Kwankwaso has been what you easily describe the Jagaban, to Lagos to Kano. And the only person who has ever come close to thwarting that order was Ibrahim Sheikh, the former governor. But I don't want to digress. But why I said that this is more of events happening again is because if you recall, the former governor again, Abdullahi Ganduje, was Kwankwaso's closest ally. And of course, Kwankwaso was instrumental to his becoming the governor of the state. And we know the rest, what happened. Kwankwaso, as a leader of not just the party, but a political leader in Kano State has asserted himself. In the early days of Ganduje's reign as governor, he is more or less the poster boy of the state. The governor is there doing his thing, but much of who is seen around the city or who people feel to be in governance is Kwankwaso. And this is because when you come to political appointments and other things that make up a government, the structure of a government, Kwankwaso's hand is majorly in it. So you can always say that that is why I said history is about to repeat itself. Now coming to the current governor.
The current governor.
Yeah, the current governor, we shouldn't forget, is the son-in-law to the governor himself, to Kwankwaso himself. And again, Kwankwaso was instrumental to his becoming the governor through his Kwankwasia movement. So because of that, and due to the family relationship they share, the feud going on between the governor and Kwankwaso is a silent one. At least we have not heard one of them come to the media to say the governor is just like Wike has been doing all over River State. And then we've not heard the governor talk like Fubara, talking about if you want to support Tinubu, do it well, don't hide, don't go corner. So they are doing this war silently and underground, because the governor, just like Ganduje, is trying to assert himself. He's trying to maintain family ties and personal relationship. He doesn't want to bring that family or whatever feud he has with his benefactor, his godfather, to the public, and that is why you only get to feel it. But the rhetoric out there, you go to Kano State, most people believe Kwankwaso is actually the one ruling in Kano State. And of course, the governor wants to assert himself. He wants to be the man in charge. And that is why, as we speak right now, meeting the president is not a coincidence. Clearly, the governor is likely going to defect to the APC. And what becomes of Kwankwaso and the Kwankwasia is what we may not even be able to talk about. But you talked about the automatic ticket. If you go back to Kano State, the APC in Kano State is not a home. Is not. Let me first of all state that the governor is not necessarily a political heavyweight.
Yeah, as a person, I agree with you on
as a
that.
person, he is not a political heavyweight.
I agree.
So him coming to the APC does not guarantee APC victory.
So why must they give him automatic tickets?
That is the reason why the talk of automatic ticket is in contention now, because the APC needs somebody who can
withstand Kwankwaso. Should he not join the APC and decides to fight against them? But there's another twist to this. There's a conspiracy theory out there that actually that Kwankwaso himself wants to join APC. And something that has helped to enhance this conspiracy theory is when Kwankwaso said he's ready to change party or go into alliance, but he must be either the presidential candidate or vice presidential candidate. So people are saying that maybe Kwankwaso really wants to join the APC, but wants to be Tinubu's running mate. Are getting it? So people are of the opinion that, look, don't get Kwankwaso out. He himself may have interest. Because some people have also said that one of the reasons why Ganduje was removed as APC chairman was to pave way for Kwankwaso's defection. So there is this side of that story, or what you could call another conspiracy theory. How do you balance that?
Now, the only thing I have to say in this is that Kwankwaso, the difference between Kwankwaso and Wike is that Kwankwaso still has relevance, and he has a good structure in the image of the Kwankwasia movement.
Wait, let me come in a little bit. Sorry to interrupt you, sir. Is it still have relevance, or that he's still popular? I want to understand so that I make sure I really understand what you're saying. Is it that he has relevance, or that he is popular among the masses in Kano? Because Wike may still be relevant, but the issue is that he's not popular. Or can someone still not be popular and be relevant? So just
okay. I would like to add that he's actually popular. Yes,
okay.
Because if you go to Kano State, that Kwankwaso movement is not just an ordinary movement. It is a movement that has gone so deep, even to the grassroots.
Okay.
Even a child claims to be a Kwankwaso in Kano State.
You even see some of them across other cities in Nigeria outside Kano,
so
putting on white and red.
You wouldn't want to take away the popularity of the person of Kwankwaso.
Okay.
When you hear Kwankwaso, you know it is Kwankwaso. Okay. Anybody wearing red cap now in Kano State is a Kwankwaso.
Okay.
So popularity, it is not in contention, it is not a doubt, it cannot be up for debate. So the man is a popular man. But the reason why I say the difference between him and Wike is this: his relevance has come to stay, whether you like it or not. It will take years of so much hard work from any opposition to unseat Kwankwaso as a political poster boy in Kano State.
Okay.
Like I said, the only person who came close was Shekarau, and Shekarau, as we all know, I don't know, he has been relegated to the background.
Shekarau dealt with him 2 times.
Yes, 2 times, no doubt. But Kwankwaso is still pulling the strings in Kano State.
I agree.
So now, we balancing the two of them, Kwankwaso has what APC needs in Kano State.
Okay.
And the APC do also have what Kwankwaso might need. So you will not want to write off the possibility of Kwankwaso joining the APC. And now we have the prospect of Godfather and the Godson coming to the APC. Your guess is as good as mine. If the APC would want to pick anybody, really, it's definitely going to be the Godfather. But the Godson, if he has to stand a chance, he must strike a truce with the Godfather, because leave it or not, take it or leave it, the NNPP, garnered the most significant figure that Kano State has ever known in the last election. So you can't dispute that. And that election in 2023 can best, after the election in 2003, between the Kwankwaso and Shekarau. Yeah. That election is touted as one of the freest and fairest elections in Kano State. So, if you know what happened in 2023, you will give credit to Kwankwaso and Kwankwaso.
Kwankwaso slept at the coalition center. I'm aware of that. But you've made a lot of revelation, you made a lot of analysis. But let's paint some scenarios so that, as much as possible, we can make progress. Now, if Kwankwaso and Ganduje if Kwankwaso and Governor Yusuf, Abba, I meant to say, joins the APC, do you think that the Kwankwasians are such followers that the moment he moves to the APC, automatically they will go with him, meaning that means Bola Tinubu and APC will likely win Kano State in the event that he go? I also take note of this. Sorry, I have to also say this. Take note of this. Kwankwaso could not deliver that same Kwankwasia vote to Atiku Abubakar in 2019. He supported him. Yeah, someone could say yes because Buhari, because of the way the Northerners perceive Buhari. So it was natural that the Northerners were going to go for a Buhari other than an Atiku. So now, back to my question. Do you think automatically that...
Let me put, first of all, state that Kwankwaso and Buhari are not mates.
Okay.
In fact, Kwankwaso cannot lace the boots of a late Buhari as we speak now. If Buhari speaks from the grave, the entire North, especially the Northwest, will listen to him.
And he won Kano throughout his career to the end.
Yes. So there is no basis for comparison. It's even disrespectful to bring Kwankwaso and Buhari in the same conversation. It is a very disrespectful kind of talk. Well, I think you owe Buhari some apology.
Like people try to compare Mechi and P2B in terms of popularity.
Exactly. So there is no amount of force that the Kwankwaso movement, as strong as it is right now, can bring to withstand the kind of popularity and influence Buhari enjoys in the Northwest. Now, if Now, talking about whether the Kwankwaso movement will follow him, they will follow him. Yes, and the reason is this: Kwankwaso has been to like 2-3 political parties in the last past dispensations.
More than 3.
Yes,
In his entire career, we're talking about.
So, if you look carefully, the Kwankwaso movement did not start in the early days of Kwankwaso's career.
Yeah,
It started much later. So, from that inception, you will discover that every party he has gone to, they have followed him.
Yeah.
So it is not a contention. Definitely they will follow him to the APC. But if he goes to the APC, I can guarantee that Abba Yusuf may not, I repeat, may not see second term.
Okay. So let me say this. Okay? Let me just add this. So if he goes to the APC and even becomes a vice presidential candidate, that means he can deliver Kano State or Kwankwaso to APC. Now let us also paint another scenario. In the event that at the end of the day he refuses to go, in other words, it is now established that he actually has issues with the governor and he refuses to go, and only the governor goes to the APC, and let's say the governor manages to get the flag of APC and then have people like Ganduje, people like Senator Barra Jibrin, the deputy president of the Senate, on his side, and then only Kwankwaso standing. Of course, Kwankwaso cannot take the risk of contesting the election under NNPP this time around. It will be risky for him because he will be needing a party with structure to really fight back. So let's say he goes to the ADC. So do you think that?
Let me tell you something. Bala Jibrin, Abba Yusuf, and even if you add another 10 of them, are not up to Kwankwaso in Kano State.
Is he that strong?
Kwankwaso is a heavyweight. Like I said, the only politician who has ever come so close was Shekarau. And Shekarau did that because he was not a stooge to Kwankwaso. He came in as a neutral person, sold ideology that the people had never heard of before.
And unseated a sitting governor.
And unseated him.
Kwankwaso as a sitting governor.
Of course. So now, Abba Yusuf, Bala Jibrin, all these people are beneficiaries of Kwankwaso's might.
Yeah, all of them had served Kwankwaso at one point or the other, especially Ganduje and the current governor.
Yes, all of them are Kwankwaso's boys.
Yeah.
So they all of them put together cannot come and tell the ordinary Kano man this and that, and they will listen. Kwankwaso will play that victim's card again, the one he played against Ganduje in 2019. He will play it again, and of course, he will win. So, Bala Jibrin, Abba Yusuf, and maybe you can add another 10, like I said. They can't stand a Kwankwaso in ADC.
No,
They can't.
Now let's talk about that. This will end it here. I am one of those who believe that this politics will have implication on the Kano Emirates, like it has always been. Normally, Kano State politics affect the Kano Emirates, the emirship of Kano, even in the Second Republic. The then governor of Kano State, Abba Karemi, had issues with Adebayo, and he lost his re-election for daring to challenge the highly revered Adebayo. And in recent time, we've seen it play out in such a way that when this camp wins, they remove the emir, put this one. But when this other camp comes, they restore this one, put this one. Now, in the event that Yusuf part way officially or publicly with Kwankwaso and then aligns with Ganduje and all these guys, do you think, or even also paints the scenario that they come together, do you think that this issue of the Kano Emirate, because currently, as far as I'm concerned, there are two emirs in Kano. The federal government recognized emir and the state recognized emir. Do you think that it will put it to an end, or it will, further worsen the thing? That's just where I would like us to anchor it.
It is quite a pity that the former governor Ganduje, mixed politics with sacred tradition or culture of the Kano people.
Excuse me, but that was traceable to Kwankwaso himself, because it was said that Kwankwaso ought not to have made Sanusi an emir in the first instance. because Adebayo had a son, or rather, he had sons, and there was a heir apparent to the throne.
Well, you can also, some people will also argue
Okay.
that there is no way in the Kano cultural system that it is said that the throne must be hereditary. That is where
it's hereditary because all the people who ended up as they were all from the loyal family.
There's a difference between what ought to
and
what is.
Okay.
Normally, in most climes, in most culture, the monarchical system is a hereditary thing. But right now, in Kano State, if they go ahead and start telling you about the culture, because I was speaking with one called Hausa man, a called Kano man, he said that there is what they have is not necessarily hereditary.
Okay.
The
council of chief can appoint.
Yes, and you can go from clan to clan. There is no particular family line that says this family must be. Yeah. So that is the loophole Kwankwaso capitalized and brought in his friend to become. And of course, Sanusi has a bit of.
Let's be fair. Sanusi has been the ones financing Kwankwaso's political career all the while. So people may not know, but that is a statement of fact.
Well,
he uses his influence in the banking sector to really help to get finances for Kwankwaso.
Then we might need to invite the EFCC in this one. But I'm trying to say is this. The point I'm trying to make is this.
Okay.
Kwankwaso,
he may not necessarily be a negative influence anyway.
Yes, he capitalized on that loophole and took over, brought his friend into. So, but then, Kando, they took it to another level. This time around, he dictated what should be and not what ought to be.
But he said that Sanusi was antagonizing his government and that Sanusi was holding meetings with those who wanted to remove him. That was what he said when he took that decision, or even after he took the decision. I've heard him try to justify his position.
No matter how much he tries to justify it, the traditional stool is not supposed to be a place where political powers are exhibited. Of course, the governor is the number one man in the state. There's no doubt about it. So belittling the office of the governor to go into one field with a common traditional ruler is almost condescending, if not very condescending. So he wanted to show force. He wanted to use force because, like it or not, Lamido's influence, his aura, is not debatable. It is very clear, even to the pregnant and the blind person. He is a very, very strong man with very strong influence. He's educated, he's intelligent, he's smart. Traditionally, he's there. Religiously, he's there. He's just everywhere. And he speaks in a way that can convince even the strongest of minds. So, when you have such an intelligent man against you, the only thing Gandhi had at his disposal was political power. And that was the only thing he had to intimidate him. And before we knew it, we now had, when he saw that the man was becoming too strong, and he could, the next thing he created another emirate. Up to how many emirates? And then they had 5 emirs up and down. So by the time he left office, the son-in-law to Kwankwaso came in and said, no, this shouldn't be. And he went ahead and closed down those emirates and sacked emirs, traditional rulers.
Some of them were restored.
Some of them were restored, but of course, it didn't change the fact that some of these emirates were shut down. People were sacked from being emirs. So, to your question, Kwankwaso may have started it. Kanduji elaborated it and took it to another level.
I concede.
But Abba Yusuf has already solidified something that looks like a pattern. Okay. And I'm not sure whether Abba Yusuf or the next governor, if this pattern is going to stop anytime soon. Because traditional rulers have now been reduced to mere errand boys and small boy listeners. They cannot do what they ought to do. They do not have the kind of influence. Gone are the days when the likes of Adebayo will speak and it is law. But right now, an emir is seen as just an errand boy to the governor, so it doesn't have any political impact in Kano State. That's just it.
All right. You see, I just think, and just what I think is a statement of fact. What we answer in Nigeria, our official name is Federal Republic of Nigeria. That's our official name now.
On paper.
Nigeria is neither practicing true federalism and nor practicing republicanism. Like, we can't be talking about Emir Igwe Oba in a Republican state. But I think that's where we're going to end it today. We'll definitely come back some other time to continue on other issues affecting the country. We hope you enjoy your day today. But for the meantime, we would like you to subscribe, like, comment. Your criticism will be really appreciated. From here, I say to you, good day. God bless you.